Step into the extraordinary world of penguins, a realm where survival is an epic journey and every day is a testament to nature's ingenuity. These remarkable birds, clad in their iconic black and white plumage, are not just symbols of resilience, they are living proof of evolution's power to adapt to the harshest environments on Earth. When most people imagine penguins, visions of endless white landscapes and biting cold come to mind, an environment where only the hardiest can endure. Here, in the heart of Antarctica, the emperor and Adelie penguins reign supreme. They form vast colonies, braving months of darkness, relentless winds, and temperatures that plunge far below freezing. In this frozen wilderness, penguins huddle together for warmth, their bodies forming living shields against the blizzards that sweep across the ice. Each step is a struggle, each breath a victory. The Antarctic is a land of stark contrasts, breathtaking beauty and unforgiving danger. Here, penguins are both architects and warriors, perfectly adapted to a world where survival demands constant vigilance. Yet, the story of penguins stretches far beyond the ice. These birds are explorers, venturing into environments as varied as the world itself. From sun-baked beaches to volcanic islands, penguins have carved out niches in some of the planet's most unexpected places, each habitat shaping their unique behaviors and adaptations. Deep within the tangled forests of New Zealand, Snare's penguins navigate a world of mud and shadow, weaving through thick undergrowth as they journey between their nests and the sea. On the equator, Galapagos penguins defy expectations, thriving on sun-scorched volcanic rocks. Here they face the challenge of intense heat, relying on cool ocean currents and shaded crevices to survive. Along the wind-swept coasts of South America, the rugged shores of southern Africa, and the sandy dunes of Australia, penguins have mastered a dazzling array of environments, each demanding its own set of survival skills. No matter where they are found, all penguins share a profound bond with the ocean. It is their hunting ground, their sanctuary, and the stage for their most daring feats. Though they are birds, penguins have forsaken flight in the air for mastery beneath the waves, standing at the water's edge, poised for the next plunge. Their wings have transformed into powerful flippers, propelling them through the water with astonishing speed and agility, making them some of the most efficient swimmers in the animal kingdom. Beneath the surface, penguins become hunters, darting after fish, squid, and krill, while evading the swift attacks of lurking predators. In the blue depths, they move with a grace that belies their awkwardness on land, gliding effortlessly through the currents in a ballet of survival. Penguins are creatures of two worlds, the perilous land where they nurture their young, and the abundant sea where they find sustenance. In this journey we will plunge beneath the waves and soar across continents, tracing the epic migrations and daily struggles that define penguin life. We will follow their vast migrations, thousands of kilometers across open ocean, braving storms, predators, and hunger in pursuit of survival. We will witness the drama of nesting season, as penguins construct homes from pebbles and mud, fiercely protect their eggs, and feed their hungry chicks amid constant threats. We will uncover the ingenious adaptations that allow penguins to endure both the coldest blizzards and the hottest sun, from huddling for warmth to panting in the heat, and even using their bodies to signal and communicate. From the icy deserts of Antarctica to the volcanic shores of the Galapagos, the saga of the penguin is a story of courage, endurance, and the relentless drive to survive against all odds. Prepare to embark on a global expedition, an odyssey into the heart of the penguin world, where every moment is a new adventure, and every penguin is a hero in its own right. Our story opens on the endless white expanse of Antarctica, where the Adelie penguin begins one of nature's most demanding migrations. These small, resilient birds are shaped by the harshest environment on Earth, and every year they embark on a journey that tests the very limits of their endurance. For much of the year, Adelie penguins are creatures of the sea, expertly navigating the frigid Antarctic waters. Here they dive beneath the ice, chasing after silvery fish and krill, their streamlined bodies built for speed and agility in the water. But as the days grow longer and the sun lingers on the horizon, an ancient instinct stirs within them. The call to return to land is irresistible, signaling the start of the breeding season. The males are the first to heed this call. Driven by a sense of urgency, they leave the relative safety of the ocean and set out across the ice, sometimes traveling up to 13,000 kilometers. Each step is a testament to their determination as they cross treacherous terrain battered by relentless winds and sub-zero temperatures. Their destination is precise, the exposed, rocky coastline of Antarctica. Only here, on these wind-scoured stones, can they build the nests that will shelter the next generation. The journey is a relentless race against time. The Antarctic summer is fleeting, and every hour lost could mean the difference between life and death for their future offspring. In the water they face a gauntlet of dangers. Towering waves crash against the ice, and powerful currents threaten to sweep them off course. Predators lurk beneath the surface, leopard seals and orcas, ever watchful for a moment of weakness. The male Adelie must weave through a labyrinth of shifting ice floes and towering icebergs. Each obstacle is a reminder of the unforgiving world they inhabit, where survival depends on both instinct and experience. Timing is everything. Arriving too late means losing the best nesting sites to rivals. The first to reach the shore must quickly claim a patch of rock, defending it fiercely against other males. The Antarctic wind howls across the exposed ground, but the Adelie penguin stands firm. His endurance is tested by biting cold and swirling snow, yet he remains steadfast, driven by the need to secure a future for his family. The journey across the frozen ocean is long and perilous. Each penguin is propelled by an instinct so deep that it overrides exhaustion and hunger, compelling them onward across the endless white. Remarkably, nearly all male Adelie penguins return to the exact nest they built the year before. This loyalty is astonishing, considering the vast featureless landscape and the shifting ice that can alter the coastline from year to year. Amidst a colony of hundreds of thousands, each penguin must locate a single patch of rock. They rely on an internal map, a memory so precise that it guides them unerringly to their chosen spot. How they achieve this feat remains a mystery. Scientists believe they may use the position of the sun, the shape of the coastline, or even the unique scent of their nesting site. But the truth is still hidden beneath the Antarctic ice. This unwavering fidelity to their nesting ground is vital. When the female arrives, she must find her mate among the throng, guided by calls and displays unique to each pair. The male, weary from his odyssey, cannot afford to rest. The Antarctic summer is brief, and every moment is precious. He must act quickly to prepare for the next phase. He begins the painstaking task of rebuilding his nest, gathering stones one by one. Each pebble is carefully placed, forming a raised platform that will keep the eggs safe from melting snow and encroaching water. Soon his partner will arrive, and she will inspect the nest with a critical eye. Only a well-built nest will be deemed worthy to shelter their precious eggs. The survival of their chicks depends on the male's speed and skill. Every stone, every moment, is crucial in the race to prepare for the next generation. The journey may be over, but the true challenge has only just begun. In the heart of Antarctica, the Adelie penguin's epic struggle for life continues. For the Adelie penguin, home is not a place of comfort built from branches or leaves, but a fortress crafted from the most coveted resource in Antarctica: stones. Each pebble is a treasure, and every nest is a testament to patience, determination, and ingenuity. The ideal nest rises above the icy ground, a carefully constructed mound of smooth, rounded pebbles, each one selected with care. These stones are not chosen at random. The penguins seek out the perfect size and shape, ensuring the nest is sturdy and elevated. In the vast frozen expanse, these pebbles are as rare and valuable as any precious metal. The Antarctic wind scours the land, and only the most persistent penguins can find enough stones to build a proper nest. The raised nest is a lifeline. It lifts fragile eggs away from the biting cold of the ice and shields them from the sudden floods that sweep through the colony when the relentless summer sun melts the snow. Without this elevation, the next generation would be lost to the elements. For the returning male, the search for the finest pebbles becomes an obsession. After months at sea, he arrives exhausted, yet driven by instinct to gather the best stones before his rivals claim them. The colony is a bustling arena of competition. Every penguin is a builder, a competitor, and sometimes a cunning opportunist. The quest for pebbles is relentless, and the stakes are nothing less than the survival of their future chicks. With thousands of pairs all striving to construct the safest nest, the supply of suitable stones quickly dwindles. The colony becomes a maze of ambition, where every pebble is eyed with envy. Amid the chaos, a drama unfolds, one of cleverness, rivalry, and even trickery. Penguins jostle, display, and sometimes deceive, all in the name of building the perfect home. Each stone is carried with pride, gripped tightly in a beak, and transported across the colony's crowded expanse. The journey is repeated countless times, as the nest slowly takes shape, pebble by precious pebble. But in this world of scarcity, not every penguin plays fair. While one builder is away, a watchful neighbor may seize the moment to act. Pebble theft is a daily occurrence. The boldest thieves slip through the throng, eyes darting, searching for an unattended nest. With a swift movement, a thief snatches a prized stone and hurries back, blending into the crowd, feigning innocence as he adds the stolen treasure to his own growing pile. The result is a constant game of vigilance and cunning. Every penguin must guard his nest, scanning the colony for would-be thieves, never letting his guard down. The male's days are spent in tireless labor, collecting, defending, and rebuilding, always wary of the next attempted heist. Time is short. He has only a brief window to complete his masterpiece before his mate returns from her long, perilous journey at sea. When she finally arrives, she inspects the nest with a discerning eye, circling and prodding, judging every stone and every gap. If the nest meets her high standards, the pair reunite in a flurry of calls and displays, their voices echoing across the ice as they reaffirm their partnership. Soon, the female settles into the nest and lays one or two gleaming eggs, each one a fragile promise of new life. Now, the responsibility is shared. Both parents become guardians, their roles intertwined in a delicate balance of care and sacrifice. They take turns, one warming the eggs with a downy belly, the other braving the icy waters to hunt for food, each journey a test of endurance and devotion. The days are tense, filled with the ever-present threat of danger. Every shadow overhead, every movement in the colony could spell disaster. The parent left behind must shield the eggs from the biting cold, and from the ever-watchful eyes of predators. Skuas, the pirates of the Antarctic sky, circle above, their sharp eyes searching for any sign of weakness or distraction. In a heartbeat, a skua will dive, wings slicing the air, aiming to snatch an unguarded egg before the parent can react. The penguin on duty must be fierce and unyielding, meeting each attack with sharp pecks and defiant cries, defending the nest with every ounce of strength. In this frozen world, the simple act of building and guarding a pebble nest is a saga of courage, cunning, and hope, a daily struggle that marks the beginning of new life in the heart of Antarctica. In the heart of Antarctica, where temperatures can plummet to -60 degrees Celsius and icy winds sweep relentlessly across the barren landscape, survival is a daily challenge. After about a month of careful incubation by both parents, a tiny crack appears on the surface of the egg, a testament to the resilience of life in this extreme environment. A new life is about to begin, but the odds are stacked against it from the very first breath. The penguin chick musters all its strength, using a specialized temporary structure on its beak called an egg tooth to chip away at the shell. This process can take hours, a slow and exhausting struggle that marks the chick's first battle for survival. When it finally emerges, the chick is small, weak, and covered in a layer of soft grey down. This down is crucial. It traps air and provides insulation, helping the chick retain precious body heat in the frigid air. The chick's first coat is incredibly warm and perfect for snuggling under a parent's protective body, where it is shielded from the biting wind and freezing temperatures. However, this downy coat has a critical limitation. It is not waterproof. Exposure to moisture can be fatal, as wet down loses its insulating properties almost instantly. As a result, the chick is entirely dependent on its parents for warmth and shelter, especially during the frequent snowstorms and sudden temperature drops that characterize the Antarctic summer. The first few weeks are the most perilous in a young penguin's life. Vulnerable to both the elements and predators, only the most robust chicks will survive. The Antarctic summer, though brief, is unpredictable. Temperatures can swing rapidly and storms can appear with little warning, blanketing the colony in snow and ice. A sudden blizzard or a cold, wet spell can be deadly for fragile chicks who lack the waterproof feathers and fat reserves of adults. If their down becomes wet, chicks lose body heat rapidly, risking hypothermia and death within minutes. In an average year, nearly 1/3 of all Adelie penguin chicks succumb to these harsh conditions, underscoring the unforgiving nature of their environment. To maximize their chicks' chances, both parents share the responsibility of care. They alternate between brooding the chick and foraging for food, ensuring that one parent is always present to provide warmth and protection. While one parent remains at the nest, the other braves the icy ocean, sometimes traveling dozens of kilometers to find krill and fish, the lifeblood of the colony. This constant vigilance is exhausting. Parents must balance their own survival with the needs of their vulnerable offspring, often enduring hunger and fatigue. Every moment is a race against time and the elements, as the parents strive to keep their chick alive in one of the world's harshest climates. As the weeks pass, surviving chicks grow rapidly, fueled by the rich meals their parents provide. They develop a second, denser coat of down, which offers improved insulation and allows them to withstand colder temperatures for longer periods. With increased strength and curiosity, chicks begin to peek out from beneath their parents, observing the bustling activity of the colony. They watch as adults come and go, learning the rhythms of colony life and the constant interplay between survival and cooperation. This is also the time when chicks begin to interact with one another, forming bonds and practicing social behaviors essential for their future. They gather in small groups known as creches, huddling together for warmth and safety while their parents forage at sea. This communal behavior is vital. By clustering together, chicks reduce heat loss and lower the risk of predation, increasing their collective chances of survival. Within the creche, chicks experience their first taste of independence, learning to recognize colony members and developing the social skills they will need as adults. These early interactions are crucial for their development, fostering resilience and adaptability in a world where only the strongest survive. Yet, even in the relative safety of the creche, vigilance is essential. Predators such as skuas constantly patrol the skies, searching for any opportunity to snatch an unguarded chick. The same birds that once threatened the eggs now pose a danger to the young, ever watchful for a moment of weakness. Sometimes threats arise from within the colony itself. Competition for resources and space can lead to aggressive encounters among adults. Adult penguins who have lost their own chicks may be driven by overwhelming parental instincts, searching desperately for a chick to care for. In rare but dramatic moments, these adults may attempt to take a chick from another pair, leading to confusion and distress within the colony. Such incidents rarely succeed, but they highlight the intense pressures and emotional drives that shape life in the crowded, competitive world of the penguin colony. Every day, the colony is a dynamic arena of cooperation, competition, and survival, where each penguin must navigate the challenges of the Antarctic cold. For the young survivors, every day brings a new test, a relentless journey to adulthood in one of the most extreme environments on Earth. For penguin parents, raising a chick is a relentless, all-consuming task. Every day, their survival instincts are put to the test as they strive to nourish their young in a world of extremes. After days spent braving the frigid, unpredictable ocean, an adult penguin finally returns to the colony, its belly heavy with a precious cargo of fish, krill, or squid, each catch a testament to the parent's determination and skill. But the real challenge begins upon arrival. In a sea of hundreds of thousands of nearly identical, downy chicks, the returning parent faces a daunting task, finding its own offspring among the chaos. Each chick possesses a unique call, a vocal fingerprint that sets it apart from every other chick in the colony. This signature sound is developed early, and it becomes the chick's lifeline, a beacon for its searching parent. The adult stands tall, calling out with a distinctive rhythmic cry that cuts through the cacophony of the colony. Amidst the deafening noise, the chick recognizes the familiar call, responding with its own voice, and a remarkable reunion unfolds. Navigating through the throng, parent and chick find each other, guided by sound alone, a feat of nature's engineering. Once reunited, the chick's anticipation is palpable, its hunger sharpened by days of waiting. The parent prepares to feed, but the ritual is not always immediate or gentle. Sometimes the adult hesitates, testing the chick's resolve and patience. In a behavior known as food running, the parent suddenly dashes away, prompting the hungry chick to give chase across the rocky terrain. The adult pauses, glancing back, as if measuring the chick's determination. Then it takes off again, forcing the chick to push itself harder, scrambling over rocks and snow. This chase is more than a game. It's a test of stamina and willpower. To an observer, it may seem harsh, even cruel, as the chick struggles to keep up, sometimes ignored by its own parent. Yet, scientists believe this tough love serves vital purposes in the harsh Antarctic world. The chase strengthens the bond between parent and chick, reinforcing their unique connection in the crowded colony. It also ensures that the adult is feeding its own offspring, not a hungry neighbor's chick. In lean years, when food is scarce and the environment turns even more unforgiving, this ritual becomes a test of strength and resilience, ensuring that only the most robust chicks receive the limited nourishment. The strongest, most determined chicks are rewarded, increasing their chances of survival in a world where only the fittest endure. Penguin feeding is a marvel of adaptation. The parent's body becomes a living pantry, preserving food for days at a time. A hunting parent may vanish into the icy expanse for days, braving predators and storms in search of sustenance. When it returns, the food it carries is as fresh as the moment it was caught. Penguins possess the remarkable ability to slow their own digestion, keeping fish, krill, and squid intact within their stomachs. This biological feat allows them to transport a fresh, nutritious meal across vast distances and time. The chick waits, eager and trusting, knowing that the parent's return means a feast is near. When the moment arrives, the parent bends low, beak to beak with its chick. With a swift motion, it regurgitates the preserved meal, delivering vital nutrients directly into the chick's waiting mouth. The chick devours the food eagerly, every bite a lifeline in the unforgiving Antarctic. Even if the meal was caught days before, it remains fresh and nourishing, a testament to the penguin's evolutionary ingenuity. The devotion of penguin parents is unwavering. They endure hunger, exhaustion, and danger, all for the sake of their chick. Each parent takes turns embarking on the perilous journey to the sea, braving the elements and predators lurking beneath the ice. Back at the colony, they feed their chick again and again, determined to help it grow strong and resilient. The goal is simple but urgent: to fatten the chick, preparing it for the independence it will need before the brief Antarctic summer fades. Soon, the relentless winter will return, bringing darkness, cold, and new challenges. This cycle of hunting, searching, and feeding is the heartbeat of penguin family life, a rhythm as old as the Antarctic itself. Every act, every journey, every call is a testament to the extraordinary dedication of penguin parents. Their care and sacrifice ensure that, even in the harshest place on Earth, life continues. Through food, recognition, and tough love, penguins give their young the best possible chance to thrive in a world defined by adversity. Penguins are paragons of evolutionary adaptation, equipped with a sophisticated array of physiological and behavioral traits that enable them to endure the planet's harshest climates, both the frigid polar extremes and the searing equatorial sun. In the polar regions, emperor and Adelie penguins are engineered for survival in relentless cold. Their bodies are streamlined for minimal heat loss, with compact shapes that reduce the surface area exposed to the elements. Beneath their skin lies a substantial layer of blubber, a dense, energy-rich fat that acts as a thermal barrier, storing energy and insulating vital organs from the cold. This blubber is comparable in function to that of marine mammals, providing both buoyancy and protection against hypothermia. Overlying the blubber, penguins possess a double layer of feathers, a dense, downy underlayer for insulation, and a sleek outer layer of waterproof feathers coated in oil from a specialized gland. This dual system forms an impenetrable shield against wind and water, maintaining a stable core temperature. These adaptations are so effective that penguins can withstand Antarctic blizzards, where temperatures plunge to -40 degrees Celsius and winds reach hurricane force. A particularly ingenious adaptation is their ability to trap air within their plumage. By meticulously preening and fluffing their feathers, penguins create a layer of insulating air next to their skin. Before plunging into icy waters, penguins fluff their feathers to maximize this trapped air, which not only insulates but also provides buoyancy, reducing the energy cost of swimming. As they dive, the compressed air forms a silvery sheath around their bodies, minimizing heat loss and streamlining their movement through the water. This air layer also aids in rapid ascent, allowing penguins to burst from the water with remarkable agility. On land, social thermoregulation is vital. Emperor penguins, in particular, form densely packed huddles, sometimes numbering in the thousands, to conserve warmth. Within these huddles, individuals rotate from the cold, exposed periphery to the warmer interior, ensuring that each penguin shares both the burden and benefit of collective heat. This dynamic, cooperative behavior is a sophisticated survival strategy, reducing energy expenditure and mortality during the harshest winter months. Yet not all penguins inhabit icy realms. Some species, such as the African Humboldt and Galapagos penguins, are adapted to temperate and even tropical environments, where overheating poses a greater threat than cold. Even in Antarctica, summer sun can create microclimates where temperatures soar, challenging penguins' ability to dissipate excess heat. Penguins' dense insulation, so effective against cold, becomes a liability in heat. To counteract this, they employ a suite of cooling mechanisms. By elevating and spreading their feathers, penguins increase airflow over their skin, promoting evaporative cooling and heat loss. This behavior is often accompanied by seeking out breezes or shaded areas, further enhancing convective cooling. Penguins also extend their flippers, rich in blood vessels, away from their bodies, radiating heat into the environment. This vascular adaptation is analogous to the thermoregulatory function of elephant ears, allowing rapid heat exchange. The Galapagos penguin, the only species found north of the equator, faces intense solar radiation and high ambient temperatures. To survive, it has evolved unique behaviors and physiological traits. These penguins spend significant time in the cool waters of the Humboldt and Cromwell currents, which provide thermal refuge and abundant food. On land, they seek shelter in shaded crevices, under boulders, or within volcanic lava tubes, minimizing exposure to direct sunlight and reducing the risk of overheating. Thermoregulation also extends to their extremities. Penguin feet, largely uninsulated, serve as effective heat exchangers. By standing on cold surfaces or lifting their feet alternately, penguins can modulate heat loss, either conserving warmth or dissipating excess body heat as conditions demand. These intricate adaptations, spanning anatomy, physiology, and behavior, demonstrate the remarkable versatility of penguins, enabling them to flourish in environments ranging from the frozen Antarctic to sun-baked equatorial shores. Across the globe, penguins have developed some of the most ingenious and surprising strategies to survive the heat, each species adapting to its own unique environment. Today we'll journey from the windswept sub-Antarctic islands to the sun-baked equator and discover how two very different penguins, the regal king penguin and the resourceful Galapagos penguin, have become true masters of staying cool. On the sub-Antarctic islands, king penguins gather in vast colonies, their sleek bodies gleaming under the surprisingly intense summer sun. Here the air can shimmer with heat, and the ground itself radiates warmth. Adult king penguins have a simple solution. They slip into the frigid embrace of the South Atlantic, vanishing beneath the waves to hunt and cool off. But for their chicks, life is far more complicated. Covered in thick chocolate-brown down, king penguin chicks are like living bundles of insulation. This fluffy coat is perfect for surviving icy winds, but in the heat, it becomes a stifling trap. As the sun climbs higher, the chicks begin to pant, their beaks open wide, desperately trying to shed excess warmth. Their bodies are not yet built for swimming, so the ocean's relief is out of reach. Instead, they shuffle across the landscape, seeking out the rarest treasures, a patch of shade beneath a boulder, a cool breeze drifting off the water, or the shadow cast by a passing adult. When the heat becomes unbearable, the bravest chicks wade into icy streams fed by melting glaciers. The cold water swirls around their legs, drawing heat away from their bodies. Others find muddy pools where they dip their feet and bellies, careful not to soak their precious down. A wet coat could spell disaster when the temperature drops at night. By cooling their feet and lower bodies, the chicks create a delicate balance, lowering their core temperature just enough to survive the midday sun, but never risking a chill. Their oversized, unfeathered feet act as natural radiators. By spreading their toes on cool rocks or in the water, they release heat, a trick shared by penguins across the world. Every move is a calculated risk. Too much water, and the chick could freeze when the sun sets. Too little, and the heat could overwhelm them. Survival depends on reading the landscape and knowing when to move and when to stay still. In this ever-changing world of sun and shadow, king penguin chicks must become experts at finding the perfect spot. A patch of cool earth, a sliver of shade, or a gentle breeze that offers a moment's relief. Now let's leap across the planet to the Galapagos Islands, where the equatorial sun blazes down on a landscape of black volcanic rock and turquoise sea. Here, the Galapagos penguin faces a challenge unlike any other penguin on Earth. The rocks beneath their feet can become so hot they could burn unprotected skin. The volcanic stones absorb the sun's energy, radiating heat long after the sun has set. For the penguins, every step must be chosen with care. To survive, Galapagos penguins have become masters of shade. They slip beneath overhanging rocks, wedge themselves into crevices, and huddle in the cool shadows cast by the jagged coastline. But their greatest refuge lies underground. The islands are riddled with lava tubes, ancient tunnels carved by flowing magma, now cool and dark. Deep within these caves, Galapagos penguins build their nests, raising their chicks in perpetual twilight, safe from the sun's relentless glare. The temperature inside remains steady and cool, a sanctuary where the air is thick with the quiet sounds of penguin families. When the heat outside becomes unbearable, adult penguins dash for the ocean, plunging into the cool, clear water. The Galapagos Islands are swept by the Humboldt and Cromwell currents, bringing icy water from the Antarctic. This natural air conditioning is a lifeline for the penguins. Adults spend hours gliding through the chilly depths, hunting for fish and cooling their bodies, returning to land only when the sun's intensity begins to fade. But even in this tropical paradise, danger is never far away. The equator brings its own set of challenges for penguin chicks. On the sun-baked rocks, Sally Lightfoot crabs scuttle in search of food, their bright shells flashing in the sunlight. For a vulnerable chick, these crabs are a constant threat. The crabs are relentless, probing every crevice and shadow, always on the lookout for an unguarded chick. For the Galapagos penguin, beating the heat is a daily battle of wit and instinct, finding shade, diving into cold water, and always keeping a watchful eye on the world around them. In every corner of their sun-drenched home, survival depends on adaptation, creativity, and the unbreakable will to endure. When a penguin enters the water, it undergoes a remarkable transformation, revealing its true mastery of the ocean depths. On land, penguins may seem awkward and unsteady, but beneath the surface, they become agile and graceful, perfectly adapted to their aquatic world. Their bodies are streamlined like torpedoes, reducing drag and allowing them to reach impressive speeds. Their black and white coloration provides camouflage from both predators and prey, blending with the shimmering light above and the darkness below. Before diving, penguins pause at the water's edge, taking deep, controlled breaths. They carefully regulate their oxygen intake, preparing for dives that can last several minutes and reach extraordinary depths. Their powerful wing-like flippers generate thrust, while their webbed feet steer with precision. Every movement is efficient, conserving energy for long pursuits and rapid turns. Some species, like the Adelie penguin, are capable of diving to depths exceeding 570 feet, navigating the cold, pressurized waters in search of elusive prey. Underwater, penguins rely on keen eyesight adapted for low light, allowing them to spot and select prey with remarkable accuracy. They are discerning hunters, often inspecting potential meals before making a choice. The energy demands of their lifestyle are immense. Penguins must secure the most nutrient-rich food, not only for themselves but also for their chicks waiting on shore. Many penguins specialize in hunting oil-rich prey, such as anchovies and krill, which provide the high caloric content necessary for survival in frigid waters. In pursuit of these superfoods, penguins may ignore other available prey, demonstrating a remarkable focus and selectivity in their hunting strategy. One of their most effective hunting techniques involves diving deep beneath a school of fish, positioning themselves for a surprise attack. Using the buoyancy of air trapped in their dense feathers, penguins launch themselves upward, bursting into the center of the shoal and catching fish off guard. This sudden burst of activity creates chaos among the fish, scattering them in all directions and attracting the attention of other marine predators. A penguin-initiated feeding frenzy can quickly escalate, drawing in a variety of ocean hunters and resulting in one of the most dynamic spectacles in the marine world. Penguins often find themselves hunting alongside dolphins and other large marine animals, all converging on the same dense bait balls of sardines or anchovies. Sea lions, tuna, and sharks may join the hunt from below, while seabirds like shearwaters dive from above, each species playing a unique role in the coordinated assault. Even common dolphins and the immense Bride's whale are drawn to these gatherings, capitalizing on the abundance of prey. Remarkably, during these frenzies, different predator species often cooperate, herding fish into tight balls and feeding in turn rather than competing aggressively. This collaborative hunting behavior underscores the penguin's integral role in the ocean ecosystem, both as predator and as a signal for other species. Penguins act as indicators of food availability. their movements often guiding other marine animals to rich feeding grounds. Every aspect of their underwater behavior, from their powerful, efficient dives to their selective feeding, demonstrates a finely tuned adaptation to life in the ocean. Success in the hunt is essential, as penguins must return to shore with enough food to sustain both themselves and their offspring. Each journey across the ocean is a test of endurance and skill, culminating in the delivery of life-sustaining meals to their hungry chicks waiting on the rocky shore. The penguins' hunt beneath the waves is a testament to their extraordinary adaptations and a vital chapter in their ongoing story of survival in the deep blue. From the frozen heart of Antarctica, where the wind sculpts the ice into endless white deserts and the sun barely rises above the horizon for months at a time, to the sun-baked rocks near the equator, where volcanic stones and crashing waves form a world of stark contrasts, the story of the penguin is a saga of survival, adaptation, and relentless determination. These birds have carved out a place for themselves in some of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. We have followed their epic migrations as they march for miles across shifting ice, braving blizzards and biting cold, driven by an ancient rhythm that calls them home each year. We have watched them gather pebbles with tireless patience, each stone a treasure in the construction of a nest that will cradle the next generation. Their devotion to their young is fierce and unwavering. In the darkest winters, parents shield their chicks from the cold, sharing warmth and food, sacrificing their own comfort for the fragile life they protect. We have seen them outwit cunning neighbors, defending their nests with sharp beaks and quick reflexes, always alert to the subtle threats that surround them. And we have witnessed their courage in the face of predators, leopard seals lurking beneath the ice, skuas circling above, each encounter a test of their vigilance and speed. Penguins endure storms that would drive most creatures to shelter, standing shoulder to shoulder, their bodies forming living walls against the wind and snow. Even when alone, a penguin's resolve is unbreakable. Each step through the blizzard is a testament to their will to survive. They raise their young in places where the land is more ice than earth, where food is scarce and danger is constant, yet they persist season after season. Their lives are a living testament to the power of adaptation, shaped by millions of years of evolution. Every behavior, from the way they use their beaks to the way they slide on their bellies, is a finely tuned response to the challenges of their world. Consider the parent who can pause its own digestion, storing food for days so that when the chick calls, a fresh meal is ready, an act of biological ingenuity. Or the chick whose unique call is its only hope of being found among thousands, a single voice in a sea of sound. There are thieves among them, risking a swift peck to steal a pebble, each act a small drama in the struggle for survival. And there are parents who teach their chicks to chase, to run, to fight for every meal, a lesson in resilience from the very start. These are not random acts, but strategies honed by time, each one a key to survival in a world of constant change. The precision with which they arrange their nests, the care with which they guard their eggs, speaks to a deep intelligence and adaptability. Their feet have walked the same ancient stones for generations, each step a link in a chain stretching back through the ages. Their curiosity and playfulness reveal a complexity that goes far beyond their tuxedoed appearance. They are tough, clever, and endlessly inventive, finding ways to overcome every obstacle nature throws their way. The world of the penguin is one of extremes, of searing cold and sudden warmth, of abundance and scarcity. Yet they are built to conquer it, their bodies engineered for both endurance and agility. Their feathers are a marvel of insulation, their bodies streamlined for speed beneath the waves, their bones dense to withstand the pressure of deep dives. Whether huddling together in a blizzard or basking on sunlit rocks, they are always adapting, always enduring. In the coldest storms, they form living shields, sharing warmth and strength, a community bound by necessity and instinct. In the rare warmth of the sun, they lift their feet to cool, shifting their weight with careful precision. Beneath the surface, they become torpedoes, slicing through the water with astonishing speed, hunting fish and evading predators. Every day, they test the ice, adapt to shifting conditions, and find new ways to survive as their world changes around them. Teamwork is their greatest strength. Together, they overcome obstacles that would defeat any one bird alone. In the harshest places, they do not merely survive, they thrive, their colonies bustling with life and energy. They make homes atop jagged icebergs and in rocky crevices, transforming the inhospitable into the essential. Even when battered by wind and snow, their determination never falters. Each penguin is a living lesson in endurance and hope. This is the legacy of resilience that defines the penguin. They are a vital part of the ocean's health, their presence a sign of balance in the marine world. But their world is changing. Melting ice, shifting currents, and unpredictable weather threaten the delicate balance they depend on. As glaciers calve and ice retreats, penguins must adapt faster than ever before, their resilience tested by forces beyond their control. Chicks huddle in shrinking colonies, adults face longer journeys for food, and every season brings new challenges. Yet in every journey, every daily struggle, they show us what it means to endure, to adapt, and to hope. Their world is a delicate balance, a dance between survival and extinction, played out on the edge of the world. The spirit of the penguin, unyielding, devoted, and endlessly resilient, reminds us of the beauty and fragility of life in the harshest places on Earth. Their legacy is one of courage, adaptation, and hope, echoing across the ice for generations yet to come. Gap 2s. In a world of swirling snow and crashing waves, silence is rare and communication is everything. For penguins, survival depends not just on strength or speed, but on an intricate language woven from sound, movement, and instinct. Each species has evolved a unique set of calls, clicks, and songs, an acoustic fingerprint that echoes across vast colonies and icy shores. Listen closely, and you'll hear the symphony of the rookery, the braying of adelies, sharp and rhythmic, signals territory and identity. The deep, trumpeting cries of emperor penguins carry across the wind, a beacon amid the white expanse. Chicks and parents rely on a remarkable system of vocal recognition. Each chick's call is a signature, distinct and unmistakable, guiding a parent through thousands of voices to a single hungry mouth. But sound is only part of the story. In the dense crowds, where sightlines are broken by bodies and wings, penguins turn to body language, a subtle bow, a sidelong glance, a synchronized wave of flippers. Each gesture conveys intent, from courtship to confrontation. When a penguin lowers its head and stretches its neck, it signals submission. When it stands tall and puffs its chest, it warns rivals to keep their distance. Even the simplest acts, preening, pebble gifting, or nudging a chick, are layered with meaning, strengthening bonds and easing tension in the colony. Environmental challenges have shaped these methods. In the Antarctic twilight, where visibility drops and storms mute all but the loudest calls, penguins adapt by increasing the pitch or duration of their voices, ensuring their messages cut through the chaos. On rocky islands, where echoes can confuse, they favor shorter, more distinct notes. Nature's solution to acoustic confusion. Communication extends beneath the waves as well. Underwater, penguins emit brief clicks and trills, coordinating hunts or warning of lurking predators. These sounds travel farther in the dense medium, a secret code in the silent blue. Every exchange is crucial, whether reuniting after weeks apart or warning a neighbor of encroaching danger. Penguins rely on a complex blend of sound and movement to maintain order and safety. Their language is one of adaptation, shaped by ice, wind, and water, proving that even in the harshest conditions, connection is the key to survival. Gap 2s. Through their voices and gestures, penguins have created a living network, a chorus of survival, resilience, and unity, echoing across the endless ice. In the heart of the colony, a quiet drama unfolds, one of vigilance and sacrifice and unwavering care. Penguin parenting is a feat of endurance, shaped by the unforgiving elements and the ever-present threat of predators. It begins with the precious cargo, a single, fragile egg, cradled with utmost devotion. For emperor penguins, fathers take on an extraordinary role. After the egg is laid, the mother embarks on a long journey to the sea, leaving the male to incubate the egg atop his feet, tucked beneath a warm fold of skin. For 2 months, he stands motionless through blizzards and biting winds, surviving only on stored fat reserves. Around him, thousands of fathers huddle close, sharing warmth and shielding their eggs from the cold. Each day is a test of patience and resilience. Elsewhere, Adelie and Gentoo penguins share duties. Both parents take turns braving the icy waters to hunt, returning with bellies full of food for their soon-to-hatch chick. The nest, a simple pile of stones or a scrape in the ice, becomes a fortress, fiercely defended from egg-snatching skuas and opportunistic neighbors. When the egg finally cracks, a new challenge begins. Chicks emerge blind and helpless, reliant on their parents for warmth and nourishment. Feeding is a delicate ritual. Adults swallow fish and krill, then regurgitate the partially digested meal directly into the chick's beak. Each mouthful is a lifeline, packed with the energy needed to survive the frigid air. Protection is constant. Parents shield their chicks beneath their bodies, forming living barriers against the cold and the chaos of the colony. As the chicks grow, they join creches, tight groups of youngsters watched over by a few vigilant adults, allowing both parents to resume foraging. In these nurseries, chicks huddle for warmth and safety, learning the earliest lessons of survival through play and mimicry. Dangers never stray far. Predatory birds circle above, and sudden storms can sweep through without warning. But penguin parents remain steadfast, alert to every threat, ready to defend their young with sharp beaks and fierce determination. Through every stage, incubation, feeding, protection, penguins display a remarkable commitment to the next generation. Their strategies are as diverse as the icy realms they inhabit, yet all share a single purpose: to give their chicks the strongest start in a world of extremes. In the story of penguin life, parenting is the greatest act of hope, a promise that the chorus of the colony will echo on year after year across the endless ice. As the seasons shift and the Antarctic sun dips below the horizon, an ancient ritual unfolds across the frozen wilderness. Penguins, driven by instinct, memory, and the pulse of the planet, embark on migrations that test the very limits of endurance. For emperor penguins, the journey begins with the first whisper of winter. In single file lines, they trek inland, sometimes over 100 kilometers from the restless sea, toward ancestral breeding grounds etched into memory by generations past. Each step is a battle against biting winds and blinding snow, their bodies streamlined for efficiency, their flippers tucked close to conserve precious heat. Adelie and chinstrap penguins, in contrast, migrate outward as the sea ice recedes. They navigate by the shifting constellations above and the magnetic fields below, weaving through a labyrinth of melting floes and open water. The journey is perilous. Hungry leopard seals lurk beneath the ice, and sudden storms can scatter flocks in a heartbeat. Yet penguins press on, propelled by the promise of new life or the lure of rich feeding grounds. Along the way, environmental challenges mount. Climate change reshapes the landscape beneath their feet. Ice shelves fracture, and unpredictable weather patterns threaten the delicate timing of their migrations. Food sources, once abundant, become patchier as ocean currents shift and krill populations dwindle. In response, penguins adapt with remarkable ingenuity. They alter their routes, sometimes traveling farther or diving deeper than ever before. Some species form temporary alliances with neighboring colonies, pooling resources in times of scarcity. Survival hinges on both ancient wisdom and real-time decisions. Penguins use their keen senses to detect subtle changes in the wind, the scent of the sea, and the calls of distant colony mates. When exhaustion looms, they huddle together, sharing warmth and sheltering the weakest among them. Each migration is a masterclass in endurance, cooperation, and resilience, a testament to the unbreakable bond between these remarkable birds and the ever-changing world they call home. As the colony finally reaches its destination, a new cycle begins. The timeless march, shaped by ice, sun, and the relentless drive to survive, continues, binding past and future in the ceaseless rhythm of penguin life. Beyond the endless white horizon, penguins are far from alone. Their daily lives intertwine with a cast of Antarctic neighbors, each encounter shaping the delicate balance of this frozen ecosystem. As dawn breaks over the ice, a group of Adelie penguins gathers at the water's edge. Suddenly, the sleek silhouette of a Weddell seal surfaces nearby. The penguins pause, instinctively wary, yet the seal is more interested in breathing holes than breakfast. With mutual respect, both species share the space. Penguins darting past, seals slipping beneath the ice in search of fish. Not all interactions are so peaceful. In the shadow of a jagged iceberg, a leopard seal lurks, its powerful body concealed beneath the surface. The penguin's vigilance is palpable. A sudden splash, a flash of silver, and the chase is on. Older, experienced penguins zigzag through the water, outmaneuvering the predator, while younger birds learn the harsh lessons of survival. Every hunt and escape hones their instincts, reinforcing the ancient dance between hunter and prey. Above, skuas circle the nesting grounds, their sharp eyes scanning for unattended eggs or vulnerable chicks. The penguin colony responds with a flurry of defensive postures, flipper slaps, shrill calls, and coordinated group displays. Despite the constant threat, these avian rivals share a complex relationship. Occasionally, skuas will scavenge scraps left behind by penguins, cleaning the colony and preventing disease. Even the smallest creatures play a role. As penguins dive beneath the ice, they pass clouds of krill and shimmering schools of silverfish, tiny architects of the Antarctic food web. Orcas, the ocean's apex predators, cruise the ice edge, their presence stirring both awe and caution. Penguins instinctively gather in tight groups, their numbers a shield against the giants of the deep. Life here is an intricate web of connection and competition. Each encounter, whether fleeting or fierce, serves a purpose, reinforcing the resilience of all who call Antarctica home. In this land of extremes, the survival of one depends on the actions of many, creating a living tapestry as complex and beautiful as the continent itself. As the Antarctic sun rises higher with each passing year, a silent transformation is underway. The once unyielding ice foundation of penguin life is shifting, meltwater carving new paths through ancient flows, and cracks growing wider beneath the colony's feet. For penguins, these changes are impossible to ignore. Nesting grounds, once safely perched above the tides, now face sudden floods as ice melts earlier and faster. Chicks huddle closer, their downy coats offering little defense against unexpected rain and slush. In some places, entire colonies are forced to relocate, searching for higher, drier ground. But adaptation is etched into the story of these remarkable birds. Emperor penguins, faced with thinning sea ice, venture farther from shore to find stable platforms for their eggs. Adelie penguins, ever resourceful, shift their breeding times, attempting to match the rhythm of a changing climate. Some species, like the gentoo, expand their range, exploring new territories as old ones become inhospitable. Food, too, becomes a challenge. As ocean temperatures rise, the icy currents that carry krill, the lifeblood of many penguin diets, begin to shift. Penguins dive deeper and travel farther, their sleek bodies slicing through unfamiliar waters in search of shrinking prey. Each journey is a test of endurance and instinct, a race against the relentless pace of change. Yet, amidst uncertainty, resilience endures. Parent penguins take turns braving the icy seas, returning with bellies full of fish for their hungry chicks. Colonies band together, their tight-knit communities offering warmth and protection against the unknown. Above all, the penguin's story in a warming world is one of adaptation, of ancient instincts meeting new realities. The landscape may be changing, but the spirit of these birds remains unbroken. Against the odds, they continue to dance on shifting ice, their calls echoing across a continent in flux. The future of Antarctica is unwritten, but as long as penguins endure, hope lingers on the wind, reminding us that survival is not just about holding on, but about finding new ways to thrive. Beneath the icy expanse of Antarctica, penguins are more than just inhabitants. They are vital architects of their ecosystem. Each species, from the towering emperor to the agile Adelie, occupies a unique niche within the intricate Antarctic food web. Penguins are both hunters and prey, linking the ocean's bounty to the frozen land. Their primary diet, krill, fish, and squid, places them as key mid-level predators. By consuming vast quantities of krill, penguins help regulate these crustacean populations, preventing blooms that could disrupt the delicate balance of phytoplankton and algae below the ice. In turn, healthy krill numbers sustain a host of other marine life, from whales to seals, weaving penguins into the very fabric of Antarctic abundance. On the land and ice, penguins' guano, or droppings, fertilize otherwise barren terrain. This natural enrichment supports the growth of mosses and lichens, sparking miniature oases of life in an otherwise harsh environment. In coastal waters, nutrients from penguin colonies return to the sea, fueling plankton blooms that nourish the base of the marine food chain. Penguin eggs and chicks, vulnerable in their early days, attract a host of Antarctic predators, skuas, giant petrels, and even leopard seals. These interactions drive cycles of survival and adaptation, shaping the behaviors of both hunter and hunted. When penguins thrive, so too does the intricate web of life that depends on them. By connecting ocean to land and predator to prey, penguins serve as indicators of ecosystem health. Shifts in their populations ripple outward, signaling changes in fish stocks, ice conditions, and ocean currents. Their presence is a testament to the resilience of Antarctic life, and their role as ecosystem stewards cannot be overstated. Through their daily lives, feeding, breeding, and migrating, penguins maintain the balance of an extraordinary world. They are the silent sentinels of Antarctica's future, guardians of a wilderness both fragile and fierce. As the Antarctic sun arcs low across the horizon, a silent transformation begins among the penguin colonies. Each year, every penguin faces a crucial and challenging rite of passage, the molt. Unlike most birds, penguins cannot shed a few feathers at a time. Instead, they undergo what is known as a catastrophic molt, shedding and regrowing their entire plumage in a matter of weeks. This is a time of vulnerability. Penguins gather in dense groups, their bodies hunched and patchy, old feathers shedding in clumps. During this period, their waterproof barrier is lost, making the icy ocean off-limits. With no way to hunt, penguins must rely on fat reserves built up over weeks of relentless foraging. But this discomfort serves a vital purpose. The new layer of feathers grows in thick and sleek, restoring the penguin's perfect insulation and waterproofing. Each feather, meticulously preened and aligned, traps pockets of air for warmth and buoyancy. Penguins spend hours each day tending to their plumage, using their beaks to apply oil from a special gland near the tail, ensuring every feather is coated against the cold. Adaptation is written into every detail. Emperor penguins, facing the harshest winters on Earth, grow the densest feathers of any bird. Their overlapping plumage forms a shield against blizzards and biting winds. Even the smallest adelies, braving coastal storms, emerge from their molt with armor suited for the next season's trials. The molting cycle is more than a physical renewal, it is a testament to survival. For a few short weeks, penguins trade the freedom of the sea for the safety of the colony, enduring hunger and discomfort so that, when the time comes, they can plunge back into frigid waters with renewed vigor. In this delicate balance between loss and renewal, penguins reveal the intricate artistry of adaptation, masters of their harsh, ever-changing world. Long before the Antarctic ice spread its frozen mantle across the southern pole, the ancestors of modern penguins waded through temperate seas. The story of penguin evolution is etched in stone, fossil records scattered across ancient coastlines from New Zealand to South America, revealing a lineage that stretches back over 60 million years. In the aftermath of the great dinosaur extinction, early penguin-like birds began their remarkable transformation. These ancient species, some towering human-tall and weighing over 200 pounds, navigated warm southern oceans, their wings already reshaping into powerful flippers. Unlike their modern descendants, these proto-penguins retained traces of flight, but their bones tell a tale of gradual adaptation, hollow shafts thickening, joints stiffening, as the art of swimming overtook the need to soar. As continents drifted and climates shifted, penguins diversified. Fossilized beaks and bones reveal a dazzling array of forms, from spear-billed hunters to deep-diving specialists, each tailored to a changing world. When Antarctica finally froze, only the most cold-adapted survived, shrinking in size and perfecting their insulating plumage. The signature tuxedo pattern, a marvel of counter-shading, evolved as camouflage, dark backs blending with the inky depths below, white bellies vanishing against the sunlit surface. Over millennia, penguins honed their senses and skills. Their eyes adapted for underwater vision, their bodies became torpedo-shaped, and their wings transformed into rigid flippers capable of propelling them at astonishing speeds. Every anatomical detail, from dense bones that resist buoyancy to scale-like feathers that lock out water, speaks to the relentless pressure of survival. The fossil record, though incomplete, offers a window into this evolutionary odyssey. It reveals not just a single path, but a branching tree of innovation, species rising and falling with the tides of extinction and opportunity. Today's penguins are living echoes of this deep past, each adaptation a chapter in a saga written across continents and epochs. Through ice ages and warm seas, isolation and abundance, penguins have endured. Their journey is a testament to the power of natural selection, a living archive of resilience, carved into the bedrock of time and carried forward with every dive beneath the waves. In the heart of the Antarctic wilds, beneath wind-scoured skies and biting cold, a hidden world thrives, a society as complex and structured as any city on Earth. Welcome to the secret society of penguins, where life is governed by ancient codes, subtle signals, and an unspoken hierarchy. Each colony, sometimes numbering in the tens of thousands, is a bustling metropolis built on cooperation and communication. There are no walls, no written laws, yet order prevails. At the core are tightly knit families, each couple fiercely guarding a small patch of ice or rock, their chosen territory marked by pebbles or posture. Around them, waves of neighbors jostle and call, a cacophony of voices that somehow forms a symphony of organization. Within this teeming crowd, leadership is not about brute strength, but experience and presence. The oldest, most seasoned penguins often claim the safest nesting spots, their authority respected by newcomers. These unspoken leaders guide the rhythm of the colony, initiating mass migrations to the sea, signaling the right moment to brave the surf, or alerting others to the presence of predators. Conflict is inevitable in such close quarters, squabbles over nesting materials, disputes over space. But penguins have mastered the art of ritualized confrontation, bowing, bill pointing, and choreographed displays replace outright violence, diffusing tension and reaffirming social bonds. Communication is the glue that binds the colony together. Each penguin's call is a unique signature, instantly recognizable to its mate and chick amid the clamorous throng. Parents and offspring reunite by voice alone, a feat of memory and fidelity honed by evolution. The colony is not just a gathering, it's a living network. When danger looms, a ripple of alarm passes from bird to bird and the community responds as one. When storms rage, penguins huddle shoulder to shoulder, sharing warmth and shelter in a living fortress. This intricate social fabric is the true strength of the penguin. Here, survival is not a solitary quest but a shared endeavor, each individual relying on the wisdom, vigilance, and cooperation of the whole. In the frozen reaches of the Antarctic, the colony is family, fortress, and society, a testament to the power of unity in the wildest places on Earth. Beneath the shimmering surface of the Antarctic Sea, penguins transform from upright wanderers to streamlined hunters, engineered by evolution for a life of relentless pursuit. Here, in the liquid blue, their true prowess comes alive. Every hunt begins with keen observation. Penguins scan the icy waters with remarkable vision, their eyes adapted to the dim, shifting light below the ice. They target a diverse menu, schools of silverfish, swarms of krill, and the elusive squid that dart through the shadows. Prey selection is strategic. Smaller penguins often focus on dense krill clouds, while larger species like emperor penguins pursue agile fish, selecting individuals that stray from the school. With a flick of powerful flippers, penguins launch themselves from the surface, slicing through the water with astonishing speed and grace. Their bodies, tapered and muscular, reduce drag, while specialized feathers trap a layer of insulating air, minimizing heat loss and turbulence. Penguins can reach bursts of up to 15 kilometers per hour, twisting and turning with acrobatic precision to outmaneuver even the swiftest prey. They hunt in silence, using sharp, dagger-like beaks to snatch prey in sudden, calculated strikes. When pursuing krill, penguins dart through the swarm with open beaks, snapping up dozens in a single pass. For fish or squid, the chase is more tactical, stalking, feinting, and cornering prey against the under-ice ceiling or rocky outcrops. Agility is their greatest weapon. Penguins execute rapid barrel rolls, sudden stops, and vertical ascents, using both sight and the subtle vibrations in the water to track their quarry. Some species, like the adelie, hunt in cooperative groups, corralling prey into tight clusters before feasting together, a display of teamwork beneath the waves. But the hunt is never without peril. Predatory seals and orcas patrol these waters, turning hunter into hunted in an instant. To survive, penguins rely on speed, camouflage, and the element of surprise, often diving and resurfacing in unpredictable patterns or using bubbles to mask their escape. Each successful hunt is a testament to their evolutionary mastery, a blend of instinct, skill, and adaptability honed over millions of years. In the icy abyss, penguins reign as agile predators, their underwater ballet a marvel of nature's engineering.